Well, you think you're free. Well, check your passport. Now, most people don't realize it, but your passport defines how free you are in this world. And for millions of people, their passport is a way of saying, stay where you are. So your passport is not a travel document. It's a demographic prison sentence. So one of my good friends is Indian, right? And we were planning this trip to Europe. His girl is in Europe, he's never been to Europe, and he has an Indian passport. But he is not able to visit her. It's not because he's dangerous, it's not because he's poor, it's not because he didn't try. It's literally just the passport. Do you understand how crazy that is? We are both humans. I can travel freely, but he cannot. Why is that? This guy literally cannot visit his girl. Not because of something he did, just because where he was born at. Now, if that doesn't sound like prison, I don't know what does. Now, everyone likes to believe that they're free, but the truth is, your freedom is written in your passport. Where you can go, who you can love, and what opportunities you get. Now, a German can move to 30 countries with ease. Now, a Nigerian gets interrogated, a Pakistani gets denied even before applying, and an American gets access but is chased down by the IRS no matter where he goes in the world. So it's not about race, it's not about personality, it's about an emblem, it's about status and prestige, which is on a booklet that you never chose. And now you might be thinking, well, that's easy for you to say, Nishad, you have a good passport, why do you care? And you're right, I could ignore this. I could travel around the world, have the good life, not complain, and not talk about it. But I do care, because when my friend told me he couldn't visit his girl because of his passport, that hit hard. So let me ask you, do most people care? No, most people don't even blink twice. But if you are still here, then you are not most people. So then let me break it down for you. Your passport affects where you can live, whether you can study abroad or not, which jobs you can apply for, whether your girlfriend can join you, how police or border police is treating you, if you have to do military service, how easy it is to get a bank account, and whether you can open a company or not. Doesn't matter if it's an online business, freelancer accounts, or just a normal company. And I mean, it even affects dating, right? For some people, even if you mention your passport, that's already a red flag for some people. So how can you escape that passport prison? Now here's what nobody tells you. You don't have to live the rest of your life with the passport you currently have, because there are a lot of ways where you can get around that and get more citizenships. And there are a few basic ways to get that. The first one is ancestry. For some countries, if you have ancestry in their country, then you can get a passport. At least you can apply for it. Some countries like that are Poland or Ireland, right? And then the second one, which is probably the easiest one for anyone who doesn't have any ancestry or whatever, is residency. There are countries like Peru or Argentina where you can get a passport after just 2 years of living there. And when I say just after a few years of living there, I mean, if you stay there for 2 years and each of those years you just stay a minimum of 180 days, then that means you are a resident, so you can apply after just spending 1 year in whole in a country like Argentina, and then you have a second passport once you apply for it. So the other one is marriage. If you marry someone from a country, it is usually much easier to apply for the citizenship. Now the last one is investment. There are a lot of countries that have an investment program for you to get the citizenship. One very popular one is St. Kitts. Another popular one is Montenegro or even Turkey. Now, in most of those countries, you have to spend at least around $200,000 for you to be able to apply for the citizenship. Now, even if you cannot afford it now, just know what your options are, because this applies to everyone. If you have the money, there is a way to freedom in a legal way. And remember, your passport is not your identity. Where you are from is your identity, but the booklet doesn't define that. It's a tool, it's a starting point, and it's not a life sentence. And you can build a better setup even if it takes 5 years or even more. So then ask yourself, wouldn't you rather work for freedom instead of waiting for permission? Now, if this resonated with you, don't just close the video. I created a free online community called the Chameleon Hub, where you have lots of other people thinking the same way, looking for ways to immerse yourself in other countries, learn languages, obtain different passports, and have more freedom on the global scale. Remember, if your passport is your prison, then you owe it to yourself to build the key. As I always say, if you see beauty in the chaos, the world will be yours. Take care.